Yo, what's good? Your 413 here back in the day. And today, guys, we are here because the new Mclaren Senna has finally made its way over to Forza Motorsport 7. Now, of course, this is not the first time that we have driven the Senna on this channel, nor just in my spare time, because here in Forza, just Forza in general, this is, of course, the cover car for Forza Horizon 4. But we've kind of known about the Senna even before Forza Horizon 4 was revealed. We all thought the Senna was going to be coming to Motorsport 7, and it has finally come true as it is here today. Now, the Mclaren Senna is the newest in the ultimate hypercars that McLaren makes. However, though, unlike the McLaren P1, which was the last iteration, this produces 789 horsepower, but instead of the use of an electric motor like the P1, this does it all from a twin-turbo V8, which is just a little bit modified from the McLaren 720S. The thing is, though, with this car is they wanted it to be as light as possible. As you guys will see right there, it has a curb weight of only 2,800 pounds, which in today's terms is relatively light. It's not the lightest car that's ever been made, but that is what they were going for. They wanted a car that was going to have the modern luxuries of today while also still being fast, producing that 789 horsepower figure. But of course, we're not here to talk about this car necessarily and all the specs and everything that it's got. We're here to see how this thing does on the test track. So right now, let's go and see what this baby can do. So the first thing I noticed getting behind the wheel of this car is just the sheer noise that the 4-liter twin turbocharged engine is able to put out. I mean, it just sounds so damn good. It also handles quite exceptionally. It's not necessarily the best handling car that we've had because, of course, it is rear-wheel drive and very lightweight. So if we put the power down through the corner, we can get it to get its tail out and be a very happy puppy. But the thing is, though, is that if you treat this car right, it will stay planted for you. I mean, look at that active aerodynamics on the back of that. The active spoiler is just remarkable. But the thing that I don't like is that spoiler, in my opinion, is quite absurd. It is quite ugly, in my opinion, but it does have a function. That's the whole purpose behind this car, is functionality. No matter my thoughts and opinions on this car does its job, and it does it exceptionally well. I might not necessarily be a biggest fan of the design language on this. I actually think the McLaren Senna is quite ugly, in my opinion, but it is very striking. It is very, very striking. And I know there's probably going to be a lot of people saying, "Grr, how dare you think that the McLaren Senna is an ugly car?" It is one of the most... I'm not saying that it's necessarily ugly. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but really, this is not pretty. It's not a very pretty car, not like the McLaren P1, which is, let's all be honest, a very pretty car. This car's got vents and gaps and things all over it, and the thing with that is it doesn't really make the car look good. It looks boxy, it looks like it is got a job to do, it looks like a race car. And that's the point. This is a race car for the road. It's not something that's meant for people to go out and buy and be like, "Look at the pretty thing that I have. This is what I have." No, this is a car for somebody to wake up early in the morning and hit the track. Avoid the traffic, get out of town, and not show off to anybody but themselves to prove what they can do. And that's what this car is built for. It's not built for the socialites of Los Angeles and Hollywood. No, this is built for the possibly kind of rich bloke, because you are going to have to be rich to afford this car. But, you know, someone who doesn't necessarily want to be in the limelight, someone who is more reserved and only focuses on one thing, and that's improving themselves on the track. That is what this car is built for, and it does it exceptionally well. As you guys see right here, I'm treating this car exactly how it should be treated. We're going around the Topgear test track, we're putting the car under hard braking, we're exiting the corners relatively smoothly. You know, we're not losing too much traction there, but man, oh man, the one thing I can say about this car is it sounds fantastic. It absolutely sounds so damn good, and I wish that half the cars in Forza Horizon 4 could sound as good as this thing. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh, it really gets me going. It really really gets me going. I'm not necessarily a big McLaren fan, but you know, this thing does it for me. I like this McLaren a lot. I feel like this thing handles a lot better than the P1 did. I felt like going around the track with the P1 here was difficult because it wanted to slide a lot more than this thing does. And I like stability. I like to have a nice stable relationship with my vehicles. That's all I can say. I don't like sliding into fences and boxes, but this thing, if you wanted to, it can give you a nice fun time. That's something that's real nice about it. Although bringing it under control is a completely different story. So now that we've talked about the car, let's talk about the name behind the car. And that is Mclaren Senna da Silva, the world's best Formula 1 racing driver of all time. This man unfortunately passed away at the young age of just 34 years old, but at the time had gone on to win 3 Formula 1 world champions, and also at the time, this made him the youngest 3-time Formula 1 world champion of all time. This means that this man was the best driver at that point and has been voted by multiple drivers today as the best driver ever to have lived. That is quite remarkable in my opinion. Now, this man was not just loved throughout the racing community, because his death of course sent shockwaves through it, but it sent shockwaves throughout the entire globe. Songs were written about him, cars and motorcycles were named after him. In fact, one of the cars is right here in front of us. But as well, he has gone on to be voted the 22nd most favorite person in Japan. And in fact, in 2000, the United Kingdom voted one of his laps as being one of the 100 greatest sporting moments of all time. Not just racing moments, but sporting moments. That is remarkable in my opinion. Other things that Senna is responsible for include bringing Audi to Italy. As well, if it weren't for him, the Honda NSX may not have been the car that it was, because he was instrumental in the testing of the vehicle. And Topgear has even paid tribute to the man, where they had his original car, the Honda Mclaren MP4-4, driven by today's Formula 1 world champion, Lewis Hamilton. This man makes a great example of what a racing driver should be, and this car is an excellent tribute to him. So, but anyway though, that's where I'm going to go and wrap things up for today. If you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Gurf113 and instagram.com/Gurf113. And if you guys like this video, go and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.